Janice McLean. I'm host of Entrepreneur's Edge TV, which is a television program about small business and entrepreneurship. Starting a business is not as easy as we think it is. It really is work. Entrepreneur's Edge was born mostly, again, and I'll go back to my prior business, which was pantyhose vending machines. I was an entrepreneur, and initially my ex-husband and I did my first show, and we taped it out of the frustrations and the problems that I was having with getting the pantyhose business off the ground. And so when I did my first show, it was about resources and entrepreneurship and learning how to make things better for small businesses and entrepreneurs. Tell me about Marketing Solutions DOT Exposure Magazine. What's that?
It is a marketing firm for small businesses, big businesses also.
Okay.
But right now I'm attracting the smaller businesses. They're to promote and inspire, showing different ways their company can be of value to them and to their prospects. I share the wow.
Okay.
To bring out in you.
Okay.
To make the customer want to come to you.
Okay, so how do you do that? If I was a customer and I'm coming to you for the first time, and I want you to help move my company to another level that it's not at right now as far as advertising and marketing, how would you help me do that? Can you walk me through that process?
I would come to, first of all, your place of business, if there's a place, or go through your portfolio and let you know what you need to emphasize on and how to emphasize, and just consult where if you need to put a sign, if your area does not have mobility for people to see you right at the point of contact, do sandwich signs, do balloons, let someone know where you are in that location, even though it's in the back. Move it up front. And Exposure Magazine, what we do in this is we put you out there in the marketplace as far as distribution of who you are.
Now, let's talk about who Captain Tomholic is.
Well, I've been a sea captain most of my whole life, and not much you can say other than that. I've run tugboats, I've ran everything you can imagine at sea. And the last vessel I had in the Inner Harbor, I became the love boat captain of Baltimore City. And I had that from Governor Schaefer and Mayor Drew Burns.
Okay.
And of course,
wow.
then I lost my wife around 85, and my son didn't want the vessel. So I sold it like a dummy. But anyhow, I'm sitting on the vessel for the last time because the gentleman asked me to take a ride with him. And I'm crying like a baby. Well, God says to me, I want you to bury people. Now, this is hard to believe because it shocked the heck out of me. But now I'm burying remains at sea. And it's a whole together different than watching people get married. But then again, at the same time, it brings so much life. I made so many people happy on this other vessel, and this one I find I'm making them the same way.
Okay.
They're so much relieved of their loved ones because their loved ones are going back to work.
Now, when you say they're going back to work, what does that mean?
Well, that means they're not going to be buried in the ground where they can't go nowhere. They're going to travel the 7 seas.
sometimes, the lines are a little blurred when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But when you say connecting people with resources, I think that's really great, because most of the time for entrepreneurs, the hardest part is figuring out who to call, what you need, and how to get them all
Where,
work
how,
together.
and
Or
who.
Even that there are people that can help you with that. I know when I started my business, gosh, probably 17 years ago, I was on my own. I mean, I was 10.
Doesn't show that.
Looks good.
I was 10.
I love it.
But I didn't have, and that's very entrepreneurial. I mean, a lot of us, we just kind of, you just
Hunker
do
down.
it. You just hunker down and do it. But had I had resources available or known what the resources were, I mean, it would have been much easier. I probably would have slept. No, never mind.
But you're right.
But it might have been a little bit easier. It might have been a little bit more scalable. I don't know.
Listen, we're through some of the interviews that I've done on our television show, not magazine, which is Entrepreneur's Edge TV. We've done interviews with the Small Business Administration, administrators. We've profiled small business people, high caliber, some not. We've profiled legislators.
Can you say hello?
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me. That was a big surprise.
Congratulations on your award. Let's talk about that.
Well, the thing is, when I got the information, right away I said, what am I getting an award for? I mean, I hadn't been there in so long, and I was here maybe 3 years ago, and I remember the mayor gave me the Etta James Day for Washington, D.C. I was really happy, because I was always really cool in Baltimore and Washington, Brandywine, Maryland, and go to all that kind of stuff.
Are you from Maryland?
No. I just stayed there most of the time in New York. See, and I would always do my gigs and down here and down over in Brandywine and Sparrow Beach stuff. That's when everybody would go, James Brown.
And you are a blues singer, right?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Hi, we are back with Entrepreneur's Edge live from Nifty Dare to Dream Gala in Washington, D.C. And here with me I have Marsha Rawls, who is one of the Nifty board members, and we're going to talk to her and find out. Marsha, how did you get involved with Nifty?
Well, I had the pleasure about 3 years ago. I worked on as a champion for the gala, and then Julie, who's the executive director, asked me to join the advisory board. A month later, she asked me to chair last year's dinner. A month after the dinner, the founder, Steve Mariotti, asked me if I would join the International Board in New York, and a month after that he said, would you be one of our Entrepreneurs of the Year? So it's really been this great journey of sort of building on the wonderful things that Nifty's doing, and I feel, in many ways very blessed to be a part of the journey of the kids that we serve.
For small businesses and entrepreneurs who create most of the jobs for this economy, and really is essentially the backbone of the American economy, that we deal with, some more than others, taxation, insurance issues, manpower issues, payroll issues, credit funding issues. Banks won't loan to small businesses and entrepreneurs, but how do you grow a business if you cannot get the funding? So there's a lot of things, and I feel that the people who should or say that they're fixing this, I'm not so sure that they are.
And it became a business where we could make $30,000 net profit on a large show in Washington, D.C., like the Communication Network, just renting plants and flowers.
And you're not still doing that?
No, that business got overrun by a lot of people who wanted in it, and they started making offers to associations that were way beyond their means, and many of those people are out of the business now. So we got competition coming out of the woodwork who were undercutting all of our prices, and we finally said, well, we made our money, so we'll move on.
Hello, my name is Michael, and I'm here with Tim Train from Bay Cubes Games. How long does it take to send out a regular game per average?
It takes about, it's different depending on the kind of game that you want to make. It takes us about 2 3/4 or about 3 years to make a game. We think that the online community is really important to support, and our games in particular, I think, are most fun when played head-to-head against a friend of yours.
Thanks, Tim, for talking to me today.
Sure.
And stand by for more.